Da na 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 na. Simply.
Hi, I'm Ann, and this is Ann's Keep It Simple. Today we're going to be doing one of the sound hard dishes, but it's really not hard at all. Eggs Benedict. It's a really good dish right now because of the holidays. You've got company or family maybe in from out of town, and people, sleep in during the holidays. They have off work a few more days. This is a good dish that's hearty, easy to make, affordable, and it feeds a lot of people for a minimal amount of money. And it's great for a brunch, because it has the bread and the eggs and the ham and everything in it, but you can have it for breakfast or brunch. We even eat it for dinner around our house, so whatever you'd like to use it for. The recipe I'm going to be doing today is going to be to serve 4. Now you can, with this recipe, just by adding 2 more English muffins and 4 more eggs, you can feed 8 with the exact same recipe, just upping those 2 ingredients out of this whole recipe, so it's absolutely affordable. With 8 people, you can still do this recipe for like $7. So, and that's total. But today we're going to do it we're going to serve 2 to 4, depending on, sometimes you want a double serving, that's fine too. But we're using the 4 English muffins. You can use the 8 eggs, or you can do the 4 eggs if you're just doing it for 4 people. A package of the hollandaise sauce. Now this is going to be whatever brand you want to use. And the reason we're going with the hollandaise sauce packet is because hollandaise sauce can be a little bit tricky if you don't temper the eggs, properly, or get the mixture between wine and lemon juice, and it can separate and it'll get kind of ugly on you. Even though it'll taste good, it won't look good. So it's worth $1.50 or less to go get the little packet of hollandaise sauce, and I'm going to show you how to whip that up. It's totally easy, same ingredients, and you've got those mostly in your pantry and in your fridge anyways. So the sauce mix, 8 pieces of ham, or 4 if you're doing it for the 4 people, a cup of milk, and a 1/4 cup of butter. So let's get the hollandaise sauce on, because it takes a little bit to bring that to a boil, and you want it to simmer for just a little bit, and as it sits, it thickens automatically. So I like to warm my milk. It takes a cup of milk, and I like to warm that up just a little bit before I put the mix in there, and a 1/4 cup of butter, which is just 4 tablespoons. Stick that in there too. And just get that warming up a little bit so it dissolves a little bit better, I think, with the mixture and everything else. And it's just a powder, but it's got all the ingredients already in there, and it's worth $1.50 to do it. Trust me. It's great. This sauce in the packet, if you're not making it from scratch, it also refrigerates really well. So if you have leftovers, or if you want to make some more tomorrow and you liked it so much today, go back and make another dose of it tomorrow, and the sauce will still be good. You can keep it in the fridge overnight. So, okay, well, while that's heating up just a little bit there, take the chill off the milk and the butter. I'm going to go ahead and butter up my English muffins. And these are just fork split plain white English muffins. I like to toast them just a little bit, makes them a little crusty. There we go. And you can do that and warm up the ham in the same pan at the same time. It's just that simple. And I just put a little bit of butter on each one of them and brown them up a little bit, each side. And if you're doing the single serving sizes, a half of an English muffin does 1 plate. So that's how you stretch this recipe. It's just wonderful for company and long weekends. Sometimes that's fine too. Okay, we get these in there and they're toasting up just a little bit. And this is on pretty much low to medium heat because we're gonna be warming up the ham through in there too. So get that butter stirred in there while it's warming up a little bit. Melt the butter. It'll happen on its own there. Now the ham, I'm going to talk about just briefly. With this recipe, again, you can't mess this up, people. It's so simple. You can use ham slices. You can use the 50 cents a pack shaved ham and, divide it into 4 servings per little packet. 50 cents a packet, so they're even less than what it would cost for this recipe that I stated earlier. You can use turkey ham, you can use Canadian ham, you can use ham steaks and just divide it into 4 servings per steak. You know, you can do whatever's on sale that week at the grocery store, essentially. So I'm just using thick cut ham slices. And this is what was on sale this week. Originally, Eggs Benedict is made with Canadian bacon, which is a style of ham. But this is just, it's the same thing, really. It really is. It'll be just as good. And I'm going to stick those in there just to kind of warm them through. You want to flip them over at least once while they're warming up and everything. Make enough room in there for everything. Okay. Once we've got, and you don't want to scald your milk or anything like that, so you want to keep it on pretty medium heat there. And the butter's melting pretty good into there. As soon as that gets all melted in there, we'll whisk in the packet. And it already has all the spices and everything in the packet. So that's one thing that you don't have to worry about. It's already seasoned, unless you want to put salt and pepper on it. And I do put parsley on it in the end. Other than that, everything's already in there. So and this makes a really fancy dish affordable and easy enough that anybody can do it. And you can wow your family and company and make them think that you're a real chef. Well, you are a real chef. Just because you figure out easier ways to do things doesn't make you less than a chef. Okay, see, it's getting pretty warm there. And it dissolved right away in there. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit on to simmer there so we don't burn the milk and scald it. Flip over the ham. Make sure that I flip these over too just to get them toasty on both sides. Like this. Ham steaks. Sliced ham. I like the thick slice better. And it's a real quick recipe too, so that's another good thing. Is that you can make for 4 or 8 people in less than 10 minutes. You'll have an entire feast. We can back here start getting our egg pan ready. I'm going to put just a little bit of butter in there so the eggs don't stick. And since we're doing this for 4 people, I'll go ahead and crack 4 eggs. I've got this on a medium pan because there's going to be 4 eggs in here at once. And I'm going to turn this down just a little bit because it's starting to bubble. You want it to simmer, so that's good. And it thickens up as it cooks, so that's another thing too. Looks wonderful. Okay. There's going to be 4 eggs in this little pan, so I'm going to use a lid, which will help cook the tops, the whites, all the way through, but you want the yolk. You can either poach your eggs, or you can cook them hard if you want to, if you don't like the yolk. My family likes the yolk with the hollandaise sauce, so that's what we do. We just, sunny side up is for us. So, get all 4 of them in here. If you break one, it's okay. You're going to have sauce on top. Not the end of the world, people. One more. Get these 4 going, and like I said, I'm going to keep that on a medium heat. Pretty medium there. And put a lid on it. It'll cook the tops a lot faster. Keep that on there. Don't forget about checking back on your eggs, though. That is one thing you do need to do. So, okay. Got this whole thing coming together just that fast. Everything is already cooking, on its way. You can get rid of the dirty dishes. Now, this little pack of English muffins, there's 6 in here. This only cost me a couple bucks, less than $2 actually. So how much more affordable can you get? So I do like a little bit of salt and pepper in my hollandaise sauce. And you can put red pepper flakes in there and give it a little bit of a kick. I like parsley on top also. Otherwise, it's already got all the seasonings in there. These are just optional. Oregano, parsley, you can use any of that stuff on top there. And you can go ahead and shut that off because it's already cooked through and it's going to sit for just a few minutes. Just while we assemble these, let's flip those over and finish toasting the other side. Fast, fast, fast. Now I can hear the eggs are cooking. I'm just gonna check them. Perfect. Get that bubble out of there. Okay. And it's time to start making the plates already. So make sure that when you start the process, you start the sauce first because it does cook and sit for a little bit. Put the ham and the English muffins in to cook through, and just on low because you're just essentially toasting and warming those up. So, but here you go. This is how easy it is. Take the English muffin, take a piece of ham, you shut that off and let them stay in there so they're nice and toasty. As you make the plates, of course, you take them out of there. And eggs are almost done, not quite. Because we want to cook all the way through, of course, so. There's 4 eggs in there. It's going to take just a couple more minutes here. Get this off, and we need a little spoon. A dipper is fine too, if that's what you want to use. Because you're going to essentially spoon it over here, over the eggs and everything. So, almost. Alright, you know, like I told you guys before, get whatever ham is on sale that week. You don't have to worry about anything specific. Canadian bacon, which is a style of ham, is what they originally used for Eggs Benedict, but you can change up this recipe however you want to make it affordable. Whatever was on sale that week at the store is what you use. That's the whole idea of keeping it simple. Alright. I'm going to cut these in 4. Since you've got all 4 of them in there, every plate is ready to plate essentially at the same time. So that's another good thing too. Okay, you just scoop that up on there, get it cut through, there we go, and you put it on top of the ham. If it doesn't want to let go, just have to persuade it a little bit there. Put that on top of the ham. You can put that lid back on there while you're doing that. And you just go ahead and spoon this over the top of it. It's kind of a drizzle, I guess is more like it. It's got lemon juice in it, butter, milk, or cream. Spices already in there, garlic and everything. It's wonderful. I like a little bit of parsley on top. It makes it look nice and pretty. And essentially, there it is. I mean, it's like minutes, literally minutes to finish a really fancy dish. Enjoy.
Mmm.